everyone and welcome to this new ASMR video. Today I come with a new relaxing and heal ASMR video. So maybe you know how it is dynamic in this video, and if you don't know, don't worry, I'm going to explain. Probably you can listen at the background that relaxing sound that is going to help you to relax and heal all the stress that you probably are carrying from the office, from the family, friends. I don't know, but everyone, you and I, deal with different kind of challenge day by day. And the idea of this video is to give you an exercise that is going to guide you step by step. How can you heal that stress and basically change your mind, your state of mind? But at the end is heal and help you to deal with that day by day life. It's probably sure that you maybe notice another background noises, and that is part of the exercise, because the thing is, I live in a noise place. In the future, I'm going to move another place, but just for a while, this could be helping to understand and deal easily with difficult situations. Maybe if you are in a noise place just like me, you can train until maybe in a couple of months or days. That depends up to you. You can deal even with those background noises and heal by yourself using this exercise. But well, at the end, we are here to help you and basically go through all that step-by-step exercise until you feel new. A new person, a better version of yourself. So let's make this easily. I'm going to change the usual exercise just right now. We don't need to close the eyes. That's up to you. That maybe help you a little bit if you want to basically heal in a better way, because when you close your eyes, basically you can use your imagination, and if you want it, it's up to you, as I said before. But at the end, the idea is that you can make this with open eyes and background noises, because, well, just before I start recording this video, I don't have all those of background noises. I wait a lot of time until I say, well, it's the perfect time to start recording this video. But once I start you listening all those background noises, but I think that is part of the life and that is part of the exercise, so I can use it to help you heal and relieve all the stress that you may be carrying just right now. So let's get started. If you want it, you can close your eyes, or you can just follow my instructions. That depends of the person, because there are people that can imagine with the open eyes. I am one of those kind of person that you can imagine with your open eyes, and you can basically travel to another place, another world, another different space just with your open eyes. But if you are not that kind of person, the best advice that I can give to you is that close your eyes and listen in my voice and that relaxing water as a background to help you with this exercise. We are not going to use step-by-step relaxing every part of your body. It is going to be pretty simple. So let's get started. If you want it, close your eyes. If no, just right now, with that incredible sound at the background, you can imagine in that specific place that you are into the nature. And basically, you can transport yourself, your mind, into a relaxing and wonderful place. And you can combine that with a really good memory from your childhood. Maybe you remember playing any fun game with your friends, or maybe someone from your family. Could be at the playground, at the yard, could be at the park, could be even at in the house. Maybe you were playing video games. The thing in this part of the exercise is that I want that you remember that really fun experience that you enjoy when you was just a boy or a little girl. Maybe was go to camping, maybe was play basketball, maybe was play baseball, football, maybe play at the beach with your father and your family. Could be almost anything. So just try to going back and try to remember. It wasn't a really joyful moment. It is going to be easy to remember if maybe you have a lot of really wonderful moments in your childhood. It will be any one of that, and we are going to use it. So add one that I want that you memorize and remember how you feel and how much you enjoyed that moment that happened so many years ago. Could be 10 years ago, could be 20 years ago. The time doesn't matter. The matter is how you feel when you're laughing. Maybe you enjoyed that exactly moment. And I want that you remember that specific moment. And you are doing just right now, playing video games, basketball, football, or whatever that you enjoy at your childhood, but you are doing just right now in the middle of the forest and pretty close to a river. It is a mix between that relaxing place and your memory. Imagine that you are playing video games in the middle of the forest with a TV. Could be something weird, but at the same time it could be pretty amazing, no? It could be even more relaxing than the average experience, or could be even better than that experience or memory that you have at your mind just right now. And forget about all the background noises. You are right now in that specific place in the middle of the forest, close to a river next to you. You are doing exactly that thing that you enjoy when you was a little boy or a little girl. And you start feeling that specific moment. You can watch yourself as a third person. You are looking yourself, but at the same time, when you are looking at that little boy or little girl enjoying that specific moment, you start feeling that moment in yourself. It's weird because it's looking at yourself as a third person, but it's you at the same time. But when you look at that person in their childhood, you start remember how good feel that moment. And you remember that moment you don't have to worry about anything. You don't worry about time, you don't worry about money, you don't worry about anything. Because at that moment you just live and enjoy that specific moment. So keep watching yourself in the middle of the forest, close to river, doing that exact thing that you really enjoy, and you remember exactly how you enjoy when you was just a child. It feels weird, but your body and your mind start understand how that wonderful sensation make you feel wonderful and relaxing. And just right now, even if you are in the middle of the forest, you can look at the sky and there is an airplane. You can listen in that airplane, but you don't worry about that. You are enjoying that specific moment. Even if it is alone, could be with your friends, could be with someone of your family, or even both. You just feel that specific moment and you understand what is going on here. So, to relax even more, we are going to take a deep breath, and you take it with me at the count of 3, 2, 1. And you can start feeling that specific moment. It is quite good. Okay, you listen and bark, dog, pretty far. Could be your pet from childhood. But you don't worry about all background noises because you are just there enjoying that specific moment. And as I said before, it could be weird because you remember that specific moment and you are looking at it right now as a third person. So basically you are looking at yourself enjoying that moment. But even with that, you can start feeling and enjoying that moment too, because you still have that memory, that sensation, that experience in your mind. So every time that you watch at that child, at that specific space, a specific moment, a specific part into the middle of the forest, you can remember how can you feel at that specific moment, and you just remember and enjoy. For me, for example, I have a lot of really wonderful moments when I was a child. I remember playing video games with my friends. I remember just walking and talking with my friends, play basketball and soccer at the park, parties with my friends. There are a lot of moments. It's really hard to choose just one, but if I have to choose just one moment, I think that for me, just for example, it could be play video games. For example, GoldenEye or Mario Kart, Nintendo 64 with 3 other friends. And just right now I am looking just up a little bit from the camera because I imagine that specific moment at that specific house. I am in a house playing with an old TV and that TV is divided in four small parts. Basically, in that console used to be 4 players, and I am really wonderful enjoying playing GoldenEye with my friends. It is a wonderful experience. It was a really experience. It is a really wonderful experience. I am playing video games in that house with 3 of my friends. And I remember that experience and I say myself, wow, that was awesome. I don't worry about anything. I just enjoy. The thing, or the curious thing, is that even these days, I'm still playing video games with some of them. Even in those old consoles, we keep playing into the Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Xbox, many other consoles. We used to do once per month, once every 2 or 3 months. But that is a experience that is from just in the last part of my life. But that bring me that memory when I was a teenager playing video games and enjoy each one of those video games with my friends. I remember playing NASCAR into the PlayStation 1. I remember play another different video games like, for example, Mario Kart from Nintendo 64. I remember play there is a game that's Specialist A2. Well, I don't remember pretty well the name. I remember that it used to be a video game from PlayStation 1 that basically you choose a vehicle and you have to destroy all the other vehicles. Metal Slug, that it was a very similar video game. And when I don't look the camera just right now because I'm looking beyond and I'm looking and remember. I can remember and I can watch myself in that room, into that house with 3 of my friends playing, and it was something wonderful. It was excited. And I remember that smile and every sensation. Touch that control, watch that small screen. I remember that used to be 2 inches of the screen. Sometimes it were 21 inches. It was a pretty small screen, but I enjoyed that moment. And maybe, I'm pretty sure that you can do exactly the same. It doesn't matter if you close your eyes or not, you can try to imagine that and you remember and you really enjoy. And that makes you feel pretty much better. But now, I translate that into the forest. And I imagine myself. I still have that memory in my mind. But just right now I translate that. And I am in the middle of the forest. It is a really nice forest. And at my left, there is a beautiful river. I can listen and hear that river. Can you listen to? And we are in the middle of the field. At my left, there is a beautiful river. The water is a sunny day. And at my right, I can see about 300 meters. There is a forest that starts. The sky is blue. It's pretty wonderful, nice blue. It is now a hot day. It's a really wonderful day. The weather is great. So right now, I look in front of me And I can see in the middle in this field there is four chairs, and one TV. It is weird because in the middle of this, I can see those four chairs from my childhood. It is an old table, old TV, and that Nintendo 64 with the GoldenEye video game. And I'm sitting there with three of my friends. We put on the TV, put the video game, and start playing video games. The place is amazing. It's a wonderful, beautiful, relaxing forest with a river, the forest on my right, the sunny day, but it is the perfect weather. The sound of the water is relaxing, and I am there, sitting with three of my friends, enjoying that specific video game. I love it, enjoy. It is wonderful. This exercise was for me too, and I try to give you an example how you can try to use your mind for this exercise, and you can do whatever you want because you remember almost exactly, or you remember exactly how you feel and how much you used to enjoy play that exactly video game, sport, camping, whatever it is, with that special person, friend, family, boat, a trip. Maybe you are at the mountains, maybe you are in the mall, maybe you are in a library, maybe you used to read books with someone close to you, or you remember when your mom or your dad used to read books before you go to sleep. And it is nice. I can imagine that with my open eyes. I know that is not easy for everyone, but I give you one example. I have a lot of moments just like that, and you just need to remember and feel that specific moment, that space, that time that you used to have when you were just a child. A lot of us, you and I, not everybody, but most of us, most of them, have a really wonderful childhood, and we don't have to worry about a lot of things. Even if maybe you remember maybe some difficulties, but at the end, you remember more those moments that you really enjoy, that keep in your mind. It is because the positive things, the positive experience, all good things that you experience in your life in your childhood, doesn't matter anything, but you still remember that. Doesn't matter how much time has been passed, you still remember how you enjoy. Maybe not exactly the day, not exactly, and you don't remember all the details because you remember just enjoy. Maybe you remember more or less. That is now a question. The question is that when you remember that and you project that in your mind, even if maybe you close your eyes or you just keep your eyes open and try to feel in that experience, you heal yourself. You relieve all bad things just disappear. I feel weird about my back. But at the moment that I start remember that experience from my childhood just disappear. I have a little bit less, but it is because I stopped doing that exercise, and you can do exactly the same. And remember, you only have to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. Remember just one moment. Maybe you have a lot of moments just like me, but you just choose one. And when you choose one, you start watching yourself. Remember how it was at the beginning, that experience. And then you can translate that into a meal in the forest. Or even if it's not a forest. Because maybe if you have that experience into the forest, camping or something related, you don't have to do too much effort to remember. But then you can imagine and translate that experience into another wonderful place that remind me that another moments that I also enjoy even during these days is watching movies and series. Lord of the Rides, Harry Potter, Matrix. There are a lot of wonderful movies that you remember and you really enjoy, because sometimes the movies and especially the music that you listen in transport and basically make that you feel exactly how you live that experience. So if maybe these exercises help you, you can do using that specific zone, then help you going even more easily to that specific experience. For example, I have one zone of Empire of the Sun that remind me the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. It is weird because the thing is that I used to listen in a lot that song unintentional during those days when the first, second and third season of Game of Thrones was on the TV, and I listened in the music and I remember the series, and I remember that I enjoyed on weekends watch that specific series every episode at my bed, lay down, total dark in my room, just me and the TV watching the series. Wow, that is a wonderful moment, and that wasn't my childhood. That was just a couple of years ago. And you can do even know with your childhood that remind me that you can do that even with maybe the most recent experience that you had. Maybe you travel to a new country or new continent the last couple of days, weeks or months, and you can go back to that specific moment. Usually in the childhood we have and we remember a lot of details because it's the childhood of every one of us. So we used to remember that pretty well. And it is also because we don't used to remember a present moment that we really enjoy, but we still have a wonderful moments. Maybe you have a wonderful moment during this year or the last year. The thing is that doesn't matter the moment. Just bring to your mind that specific moment and live once more time. And you can do whatever that you want. Because that is the incredible and wonderful, how to say, a wonderful thing that we have, and that most of us are capable to do it. We have that capacity, we have that possibility imaginary and remember wonderful experiences in our mind, even with your eyes open. It is not awesome? That is because we are and we have that possibility in our mind to heal ourselves, relieve stress, and many other things in our life. Sometimes it's a little bit hard with all the background noise. And when I mean background noise, it is a challenge that we used to have day by day. Everyone have their own challenge. Could be hard or easy, maybe a week harder than other. But at the end, even with all those challenging moments, we have the possibility to make this kind of exercise. Remember, relieve, and relax. It is not awesome? What do you think about this exercise? You can let me know in the comments below. And well, in the future, if you really enjoy a video just like this, you can let me know in the comments below, and we can increase or do another things. Could be a step by step, could be something just like this. The idea is that I want to show you the bright side of the life, because even with all the challenging things, we have a really wonderful things. But sometimes all that background noise, all that things that we live day by day, make us forget that we have a wonderful persons in our life, personal experience, and we have to appreciate it. All the good things that we have. Even if you think that you don't have a good things, you have to stop. Maybe take a pen and a paper, and believe me, you will find at least 1, 2, or even 3 things that you feel good, or maybe you must be feel good about that. Could be your mom, your dad, your brother, cousin, friend, even yourself, someone from your job. It could be an experience that you had 1 year ago, 1 week ago, or even yesterday. It is because we are under the pressure. We used to forgive those moments, and this exercise is to help you and remind you that everyone has a really good memories in our lives, and we have the power to heal ourselves. So if you watch until this moment, I really appreciate it. And as always, I hope that you have a really wonderful day, a really nice week, an amazing, amazing, amazing life. Anyway, as always, see you in the next ASMR video. I hope you enjoy your life. And remember that you can use this exercise every time that you want it. You can use whatever that you want to make even more easily to go into that state. But well, see you in the next ASMR video. Bye bye.